Let's Lift.
Oh, yeah. And as you can see, we renamed it. We tried Let's Work Out for our first episode, but a few subscribers, thank you very much, suggested Let's Lift, which
Hell of a lot better.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of a no-brainer.
Rolls off the tongue,
Yeah, so thank you. And we're getting started with some tricep dips. Now, for you observant viewers out there, what is the difference between a tricep and chest dip? Anyone? Bueller?
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yeah, exactly. This is not like a live comment section, unfortunately.
I know, exactly. I was like somehow thinking it was, but I'm just awkwardly staring there. The difference is you're going to have your elbows tighter to the body, whereas with a chest dip, they would be more flared out, and you're going to keep more of a vertical position while performing the exercise. You're really going to lock out at the elbows.
Yeah, really try to get that squeeze in the triceps in that lockout position. But already moving on to the all-so-well-known SKULLCRUSHERS.
We just like it because of the name,
Damn
honestly.
right.
Yeah, we just pick any exercise that sounds brutal, and we're like, this has got to be pretty badass, which thankfully it is.
Superset. Oh yeah, let's do it. What's supersetted with? Close grip press. So we started with the compound movement, which we usually like to do. And this one, we haven't done arms in actually a long time. The biceps, triceps together. Started with the triceps, bigger muscle group. You really want to kind of try to burn them out. Start with the compound, and now onto the isolation, supersetted with another compound, which is it's a great combination. We like it.
Hell yeah. Like Brando says, we haven't done and just straight up arms workout for quite some time, at least part of our regular routine. I think just part of the reason growing up we loved working arms together, the biceps and
Almost
triceps.
too much,
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about priority principle. That's the only principle we had, was to work out arms, because they look good, especially to a kid, teenager. But our arms do develop a little bit faster than the rest of our body, so we had to tell ourselves, hey, let's lay off a little bit. We don't want these big ass arms with tiny little, chicken legs. So
yeah, or just what would you even call it? Little stick bodies or something. Just huge arms.
Exactly. Every other part of the body's tiny, and then you just got these giant arms.
Just start walking with your arms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So moving on to the tricep rope extension, great exercise.
I like this one, the range of motion. You can kind of play with it. Get a little extension in the shoulders. You can see the elbows are lifting up just a little bit. It creates a bit more stretch as long as you're bending your elbows too. And at the bottom position, really trying to pull that rope apart, getting a really full contraction in the triceps. So
great exercise to visual. You're just ripping it in half at the end of every single rep. Plus, visually, this exercise just looks cool.
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
So the isolations, we would suggest kind of starting with some compounds, warm up a little bit, start with some compounds, and then move on to the isolations, and just kind of switch up angles. We're all about kind of hitting the muscle groups at all different ways and exercises, not only to kind of keep it interesting for yourself, but also really just kind of develop the muscle properly. It's all about that aesthetics.
All about those aesthetics, which is something that we had to learn the older we got, as we were saying before, which is fitting because now we're moving on to a unilateral exercise. And
what's the question we get?
I'm going to ask the question. One side of my body is bigger than the other. What do I do?
Deal with it. No, it is a unilateral exercise. So unilateral exercises are really good for dealing with any kind of issues, such as one side a bit bigger than the other or stronger than the other, some imbalances in there. So what you can do, we'll tag team this one.
Exactly, and you're going to actually see this when I perform mine. I'm going to perform my
You start with
the weaker arm or side, which in this case is my right arm, since I am left-handed dominant. So my right arm is a little bit smaller, so I'll start with my weaker side. I'll move on to my left side, and then I'll go ahead and perform just a few more reps on that weaker side once again. This is something that doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time, but it is definitely crucial to do if you are after those aesthetics and you don't want to look either bigger or smaller on one side, or you don't want one part of your body smaller or larger.
It's the crazy thing about it. It's like you have the control. You can do it. You can develop your body the way you want to. It's just going to take time. And as like we always say, consistency is
key. And you want to be an artist like in the age of the Greek and Roman aesthetics. You don't want to be a Picasso.
That's fucked up.
Exactly.
Looking like, what the hell happened to that guy?
Holy shit, this guy's a modern art painting. So, I mean, I don't know. That could be a cool thing. Maybe that's going to be the new trend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Picasso-style bodybuilders within the next 10 years. They may arguably already be there now.
Well, that's true.
That is actually...
Take a look at their stomachs.
Yeah, pretty strong debate. So
underhand pull, seated rows, actually, I should say. And this is the compound exercise for the biceps we're starting out. You can really kind of do any kind of underhand movement. You do chin-ups, you could do bent over rows, underhand rows, but we chose the seated row. Just feels good.
Yeah, and if you had not noticed, all the prior exercises were triceps, so now we are moving on to the biceps with the compound, which was the underhand rows, and that's typically the way we do it. We'll start with some compounds and we'll slowly work our way into the isolation.
Speaking of isolation, here is the preacher bench curls. Definitely a favorite. Larry Scott, he loved these guys, and I think Arnold did as well. He was kind of more of an arm blaster guy, but I think he used a lot of the preacher curls too.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
Larry Scott,
praying to the God of gains.
I was thinking the same thing. We're getting down and praying to Broden. Give us those gains.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of Larry Scott, he was the first Mr. Olympia, and his poster is up in the background at the Mecca at the Gold's Gym Venice. So it's always cool to be able to look around, see all the prior greats, and you know, a lot of those people back in the day, 50s, 60s, their physiques are still killer.
They're achievable as well.
Exactly.
Which is really, you're like, hey, I can look like that.
Yeah, which is very nice, because nowadays you'll, just look at your Instagram feed and basically every single physique you see there, you're like, wow.
There's like 18-year-olds that you're like, how the fuck do they look like that?
I know. They're twice our size. We're like, what? What is it? I know. It's like, I don't even get on social
GMO
media.
meat or something?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's just depressing more than anything.
Yeah.
Hammer curls. Yeah. You can see those arms are just growing through the duration of this workout too.
More blood's pumping, baby.
Oh yeah. We're just gonna keep working out until these things explode.
Sometimes that's the visualization you have to have. It's like how big you want your arms.
We're only 3% through this workout. This video is 6 hours long. Not really. You're gonna look at the timeline.
The timeline,
yeah, 75% over.
Just replay it again and again, and that's
there you go. The continuous buff dudes time continuum.
Yeah, there we go.
The never-ending loop.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at those big-ass arms.
Yeah. Damn, he's just.
He's
all about himself.
I'm just
When's
all
the
about
makeout
that.
session?
Oh, hey, actually,
arm makeout
there
session.
is actually an arm makeout session coming up very shortly.
Stay tuned.
If you watch the prior video, I went for that sweet bicep kiss, but I'm gonna attempt the tricep kiss.
You got the bicep hold too. The holds are important.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh come on.
Went for the lick.
Oh damn. Man. Not yet. Maybe in a future video.
That was close though.
I'm gonna beat you, Big Papa Pump, one day.
He really did love his bicep. I think they got married actually. They got a divorce later, and then the bicep left, which is
alimony, all that stuff.
Yeah, it was nasty.
It's a sad story.
Yeah. So we're on to the concentration curls, which essentially is kind of like a one-arm preacher bench curl, as you can tell. But this one's great. Unilateral work. We did the unilateral work with the hammer curls, but now this one, that was kind of more of a kind of back of alternating, where this one is specifically just really focusing on one arm. And it feels good.
Oh yeah. So,
hey, the arms, right?
Exactly.
What are the forearms part of?
Forget the forearms.
The lower arm.
That's why we're doing them now.
Kind of like legs, like calves are the lower legs. You got to work calves.
Exactly.
Part of the leg.
And for some of you, you may want to do forearms unilaterally, because one forearm may be much larger than the other.
Depending on, how lonely you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we are not doing them unilaterally today. But we are supersetting them.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So we got the flexion here, getting the forearm flexors, and then going right into the extensors, the extension in there. And the extensions, you want to go pretty light with that, just to get the full range of motion. And damn, supersetting these, you get a pump.
It's killer. It's killer.
If you've never had a forearm pump before, I mean, some of you might have with at least one arm. With the double arm forearm pump, it's a good feeling.
It's game changing. Try it out. Sure. And you actually may see us sweating quite profusely right now doing this commentary on the Let's Lift, but I swear to God, it's because we don't have air conditioning in my car right now, because if we did, it's too noisy. So we're not
it's
just
like a sauna. We're just dropping some water.
We're not sweating watching ourselves work out.
The
we
buff
promise.
dudes work abs. Yeah, that's true. We do work out from time to time. Finally, we're actually showing us doing it. And machine crunches are definitely the one of the favorites, because it's helping to isolate the rectus abdominis muscles. Really want to use that spinal flexion, and you go heavy on those ones too, which I really like. Get an ab pump. It's all about the pump, right?
It's all about the pump, the power of the pump. So we got one last core exercise is going to be the leg raises, and this workout is almost finished.
What'd you guys think? Are you gonna try it?
Let us know if you do. And we hope you enjoy this series as well. It gives us a chance to kind of commentate BS a little bit more than we normally do. And
I think in the future we'll probably answer some questions to you guys, you know, because these longer videos gives us a little bit more time and kind of have fun. If you guys have any questions, let us know. Pick one out. We'll give you a shout out. And there you go.
Hell yeah, ask us a question. We'll include it in future Let's Live videos. So until next time, hope you enjoyed and stay buff.
Yeah.